Hey guys, Wolvie here. This is the second of two special presentations for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global for the 13th of July 2020. And we're going to take a quick look, believe it or not, the passes from the training boards for that is tied to Ultimate Alexander. This is the newest expert trial for Global. So we're just going to take a quick look at like what's available for the passives, and I'm just going to provide my opinion as to like what the general consensus is where one should go for, and then provide some situational characters where the recommended path is not the way to go and why. So as with these types of videos, this is going to be my opinion and my opinion only. We're going to go into a board I have already mastered for Alexander. It is going to be Rydia, because Rydia is my girl, but she is pretty much part of the general consensus. So we're just going to jump into this real quick. So we have here for the following passives that's available to pick for Alexander. So you have here Light Resist Up, and what this is, this reduces own brave damage. Let me rephrase this. Reduces own holy brave damage taken by 10%. Light resist all. This reduces the party's holy brave damage taken by 3%. Light power up. This is an increase to brave damage dealt with holy attacks by 10%. Alexander boost up. This raises all max bravery by 5%. If HP falls below 60% of max HP at least once. Alexander initial attack up. This raises initial bravery by 5% as well as attack by 2% if HP falls below 60% of max at least once. We have here Alexander target power. If I could get this up, increases brave damage dealt by 10% when attacking its enemy targeting itself. Now you have here the final one, Alexander Greater Rejuvenate. So raises this. What it has here raises HP recovery effects by 5% while bravery is less than 50% of max. Now, here is the general consensus. So Rydia is part of that because she is of the water elemental with her skill 2. So for the general consensus, it should be here, right? So you have your skill 4, which is Alexander boost up. You have here the initial attack up, which is number 5. And then number 7 would be the Alexander Greater Rejuvenate. So you have these three. It's excellent for those of the general consensus, but again, not everybody falls under that rule. So, where could someone who doesn't fall under the rule go? Which path? So, I have my tank here, my waifu, Celeste. So, I'm going to pick her, and we're going to go over what I picked for her and why I went that way. So, let's go over to one of these. If I can get there. So the path I went with Celeste instead is because she is a magic tank. She absorbs any magic damage that she is given instead of the bravery part. So what I went with here, I went with a 4, 5, and 6 because Celeste is a tank. And the whole thing with the target power, this helps her get cap a little bit quicker. And you don't have to worry about an HP like threshold or bravery threshold. And the thing is with the Greater Rejuvenate, I was kind of torn between that and the target power, but I went on the offense instead of her the Greater Rejuvenate because honestly, she has ways to get back her bravery pretty effing quickly. Now, there are units where you have yet to work on, but let's just say you have somebody like Alice through, you have to use a skill in order to get to, you have to have her set up to where she gets to for Holy, And for Alice's case, you probably want to go with number 3 here, which is light power up, because anyone that deals holy damage, you might want to have this on them instead. So number 3, number 4, which is the boost up. And the depending on the individual character that deals holy damage, so either number 5 or number 7 would work. And the reason why either number 5 or number 7 is either or, because if the person deals holy damage and heals the party, they probably are a little bit better off with number 7 as opposed to number 5. But part of me will recommend that go with the 3, 4, 5. Granted, the unit they deal holy brave damage, and you want to focus on the offense a little bit more of the defense. So that's it on that. So there is a unit I'm gonna say the unit. It's Lena. So with Lena, she could use the 5 and 7 alongside number 4. So Lena would be part of the general consensus because she heals but doesn't deal holy base damage. So yeah. But if you have somebody that deals holy elemental damage bravery wise, you may want to go with either 3, 4, and 5 or 3, 4, and 7. And I want to make sure I get this bit out of the way. This is my opinion only, but I don't want to keep this too long because I just want to make sure I get started on some of the other units. Now for Beatrix, I got her done kind of, I wouldn't say quickly, but I'm going to show off Beatrix because with her lost chapter, she does get her 80/80 awakening, and on the global side, it is a secondary rework, but it's the proper rework. So with Beatrix, I got here 4, 5, and 7. But it kind of shows, hey, you might want to change certain things up depending on the type of unit. If it's something like Beatrix, or Lena, or hell, Lightning, you want to go with the, let's see, let me grab mine real quick to reiterate, 4, 5, and 7. So that's what you will want to have if it's the general consensus. If it's somebody that deals holy elemental damage bravery-wise, you definitely want to switch one of them up, and by one of them, it could be the number 5 with number 3. Now, if you're dealing with a tank, you definitely want to swap one. Would probably be number 5 for number 6, because for me, I like having tanks that could dish out more damage. And if it's something where they have a really weak initial bravery stat, this could be of great use to them. So, like I said, this is the second of 2 special presentations for today that I'm filming. I should be posting these later on tonight. I just had to do a couple of things here and there. With that, like I said, the next proper video will be around Charlotta's lost chapter. I'm going to go over Rydia's rework, what a second rework could do if Rydia were to get one, and what would Charlotta do if she were to get her first rework. So with that, I am done for now, because I have stuff to do. So with Wolvie here, now finally signing off for the day, I will catch you all on the flip side.